In this video, we will walk through the new management console. This SentinelOne management version introduces multi-site architecture with improved user workflows. Let's open the SentinelOne management console. I log in. I am the administrator for one site and I see details for that site in the console. Let's start with the dashboard. Here I see an overview of threats and detections. If I click on a type of threat, it will open all of those threats in the Analyze view for investigation. I can make selections here to sort which events I see. If I click a threat, it opens the analysis page of the threat. If I click an endpoint, its details open. Let's look at the Analyze view. I see all threats and detections. I see here a classification for each threat and a summary of the actions done on the threat already. Like all of the tables in the management console, I can sort the page based on the columns. I can filter and search by many different values, similar to the network view. For example, I filter for all threats that were caught by a specific SentinelOne engine. I can also search for detections that occurred at specific days and times. If there are multiple instances of the same threat, I click it and all instances open in the Analyze page. I can use the same filters and search tools here. I can also respond to all instances with a single action. Now let's look at deep visibility. This is only available when customers have the complete license type. When I go to deep visibility, I see an automatic query of all processes that ran in the past hour. I can create helpful watch lists by creating queries, saving them, and enabling notifications. I set the frequency of a query. It will run on this schedule and send notifications when it finds results that match. I can create new threat hunting queries. I can change the time frame that the queries show. I click on an event to see more details. Let's look at the activity view. I can filter for different types of activities in my network. I can use any combination of the filters and also select a time frame. Now for reports. Let's create a new Insight report. I can set the frequency and interval and set recipients. I see that the scope of the report is my site. All information from this site will be included in the report. Let's look at settings. In Configuration, configure login settings. In Notifications, set which events trigger emails or syslogs. For email alerts, I must configure an SMTP server in Integrations. For syslog messages, I need to configure a syslog server in Integrations. In Users, I create and edit Management Console users. Since I am an admin for one site, I can create more admins or viewers for this site. In Integrations, I can define SMTP and syslog servers for notifications and SSO for single sign-on. Integration with Active Directory is automatic. You do not configure an AD server. Agents in an Active Directory environment automatically report their AD details to the console. I can create dynamic groups based on the AD details. Now for the network view. I'm in the full site view. To see the information for a specific group, I go to the group view. From endpoints, I see all of the endpoints in the site. I can sort the page based on the columns. I can select endpoints to run actions. I click an endpoint to see its details and run more actions. I can run searches and filter, and I can create and manage groups. In Policy, I see and can edit the site's policy. By default, the policy is inherited from the global policy. I can click Change Policy to change the policy for this site and all groups in the site. I can also make policy changes for a specific group. In Exclusions, I see exclusions for this site, shown by exclusion type. If I click here, I also see the global exclusions. The site uses site and global exclusions. Packages is the home for agent installer packages used for installation and upgrade. To assign an agent to a site, you must have the site token, which you copy from here. Blacklist shows the blacklist entries for the site. If I click here, I also see the global blacklist entries. The site uses site and global blacklist entries. Site info shows me an overview of the site and its licenses. Use group ranking to prioritize dynamic groups in the site. Agents go to the group with the highest ranking. Thanks for watching.